And before we jump into the last two things, because I do want to talk about the Dejean thing, what Vic said about Dejean. But what about for the final piece of this offense? I know we re-signed Dallas Goddard. The big talk about the Pitts trade because I am all aboard, and let me tell you why I'm all aboard this trade. If we were to make a trade happen, I think it would be the best thing for the Eagles. I think it'd be the best thing for Cal Pitts. For one, he was a generational back. Tight end. He could have played receiver, could play whatever because he was that athletic. He was on a crappy team, rookie. He was a rookie. I think he made the Pro Bowl as a rookie with 1,000 yards receiving. And then after that, he didn't have no quarterbacks no more. He had no quarterbacks throwing the football no more. He played on a trash team. And it was just like, okay, I really feel like if the Eagles were to go out and get a guy like Pitts, he would have everything. You got to realize, when Pitts first got to Atlanta that 1,000 yard season, they still had Julio Jones. They still had Calvin Ridley. They had other weapons around him to make him not to have to take the full load of being the star player. Since then, they haven't really had that. You know what I'm saying? They haven't really had that at all. And to put them in an offense with Saquon Barkley, the best back in the league, A.J. Brown, the best receiver in the league, Smitty, the best receiver in the second, one of the best receivers in the league, and then a Dallas Goddard who's definitely top 10 when healthy. We only got him for one more year. He'll be the second tight end. We can run a lot of 12 personnel. You can get him on the field. He can make an impact. His first year, take over for Goddard. He's still young. And he can take over for Goddard and be our tight end for the next 4 or 5 years after Goddard's gone. Be number two this year, learn how to block from Goddard. Like Goddard had to learn how to block and then move over. But I think that he reminds me of kind of like a Saquon Barkley, wasted talent on a team that couldn't get the full potential because they traded away their stars. They really didn't have that many stars. I know you want to say Bijan now and did my boy from Drake London, but it wasn't like the Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones chemistry that they even got him to throw him into. They threw him into that. He had 1,000 yards. He had a good quarterback. Matt Ryan was the best quarterback they had over the last 5 years. He had 1,000 yards for that. Ever since then, they had shit quarterbacks. They traded away the receivers, and things went down here. So I think you put him in this offense, he can be explosive, resurrect his career, and be the Eagles' future tight end. And for a mid-round pick, they said, like what, a second or a third round? I'll give a third-round pick for Kyle Pitts.
I mean, well, they're asking for a day two pick, so probably a second. I mean, but all right, I heard everything you said. The Philadelphia Eagles like blocking tight ends, right? I mean, they if you get a Kyle Pitts, he will be a oh, man, what is it? He will be like one of those what I'm trying to say. He will hurt us in 11 personnel. So you're gonna need another tight end out there to be like in 12 personnel, right? What?
I would say no because that's how Dallas Goddard got better too. Zach Ertz wasn't that
And
great of a
Dallas
blocker.
Goddard was always a
But I'm saying
blocking
like
tight end. Yo,
Ertz
Zach
was one of
Ertz
my
was more of
favorite.
a
But Dallas Goddard was drafted there like he blocks better than Ertz did.
yeah, but Dallas
You
Goddard
got
was a
Stoutland
more
University.
physical tight end from the
You
jump.
don't put a
And
guy like him in Stoutland University. You don't think Stoutland can help him run the ball?
it's still ain't no tight end coach.
He
It's an
helped
offense.
everybody on the line block.
Oh, come on, man. Nah, man. Like, yo, all right. So one, you you have to want to block. That's number one, right? You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like right now, keeping Goddard, bringing in Pitts will be the perfect situation. It's almost like Goddard and Grant Caputera. Like that's what Pitts is, right? He's a
Whoa.
Grant Cap. Wait, but I mean, but he's not a blocking tight end, so you kind of need both if you're gonna try to run your whole full package offense. Uh, 11 personnel, you have one tight end out there. You got to make sure that that tight end could be physical enough to block a defensive end, right? A strong, defensive end that is about to punch him in the mouth. He's got to want to do it. Goddard, he seeked that physicality, man. He was like, "Oh shoot, where you at? Yo, I'm coming after you." So that's why Goddard is so good, right? He's a great tight end, good hands. You know what I mean? I'm good catch, um, yard after the catch. Like he's an overall tight end that you want, but his only thing is he can't stay healthy because he's that physical, right? Sometimes.
Yeah. But Pitts is a generational talent. Goddard wasn't considered a generational talent. He's just a good tight end.
We haven't seen generational shit with Pitts.
The first year when he had a quarterback and he had Julio Jones, really 1,000 yards, Pro
Man,
Bowler,
I
rookie
don't
tight
even
end Pro
know
Bowler. I
that
think he
about
was one
that.
of the first rookie tight end Pro Bowlers there was. You take away the weapons on the outside, every player, gets better when you the more weapons.
Yeah,
Come on, be better with more weapons. They didn't play
yeah,
on AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you're not the guy having to be, you put him in a talent. His talent is athleticism. He did get slower. You know what I'm saying? He's still athletic. He still can catch football. He still, got skills like a receiver that, like I said, in a year behind Dallas, because we did bring Dallas back. So he's not going to be asked to be the number one guy this year. He can learn. We can see what we got by the end of the year. But I do guarantee having a guy having like 12 personnel where you got Goddard, you got to worry about Goddard, Hurts, Saquon, Smitty. He's going to be
Pitts.
open a lot. He'd be open a
Yeah.
lot. He
I
have
mean, yes, I could
opportunity to
see
win
us
a lot.
doing a lot of 12 personnel
Yeah.
with Pitts, but 11 personnel, the way the Philadelphia Eagles run their offense, you need your tight end to
You
be
know
on
what,
the
too?
Q's and Q's.
The thing about too is we signed a lot of like blocking tight ends.
Yeah, but how many guys we gonna keep, bro? I mean, come on, man. This is only 53
Nah,
active
yo,
man roster
you got
here.
a guy with a weakness,
Like,
right?
you
Like
can't keep a guy just because your other star tight end can't block for shit.
how
No,
he's already planning for it. For if you think about
no, he
it,
was not. No, he's
he's not
not.
blocking tight ends for a reason. Because guess what?
Nah,
Every
no,
young
he
nation
got
from
blocking tight
Australia,
end because Goddard, he didn't know what he was going to do with Goddard, so he went out and got more tight ends. So, how many tight end is
got a
on the
third
active
one.
roster on game day?
Three.
That will tell you all you got to know. If that, it's either Goddard and Grant. That's really it.
Remember, it was Goddard, Grant Calcaterra,
Install,
and
Jack
Star.
Stall.
Yeah.
But
The last year.
if that though, you know what I mean. So if one go down, boom. But I don't think that hey, you're going to bring all these tight ends. Matter of fact, four of them tight ends are not going to make the cut. Yeah, it's going
Yeah,
to
all of them
be
see they can
Goddard.
battle to see who can be the best blocking tight end out of the group, so we can go get a
Uh,
calendar. And that's just my thing I want to throw out there. I'm gonna just put my hat in, saying that I'm down
yeah,
with
no,
I
no.
don't care if we
I would
battle.
not mind. I would not mind